Hello and welcome to this video. My name is David Thorne. In this video, we're going to be talking all about the outline CSS property and basically how to use it. So if you don't know what the outline CSS property is and how to use it, this video is going to be a great introduction into the basics of it and when and why to basically use it with examples. So with that said, let's get started. So on the screen, you can see a couple of boxes that I've created here already. And we've got then no outline, border only, outline, outline and offset, and outline and negative offset. And we're going to be getting into this throughout. So with that said, let's get started into introducing the no outline box. And this is basically got, let's just quickly show this one box here. This first one, no outline, is basically got the class of basic. The next one has got a border, and then outline and outline offset and outline negative offset. This is all it is, and we're only going to be manipulating these colored boxes. The rest are just titles and separators to distinguish which one we're going to do. So let's just close this down. So basic is then coming to this red, orange, antique white, blue, violet blue, and so on. So they're really indicated by the colors. So no outline is basically saying outline none and then border none. This is what it's already has, and nothing changes here right now because it already has outline none and border none. However, if you turn outline none on this, the browser will now not show an outline on this if there is other ways due to accessibility. So it's not a wise idea to turn outline off. If you don't want a border on it, that's perfectly fine. But this is not recommended. Do not turn outline off because there are other people with visual problems and they use the accessibility to be able to read this type of stuff. Okay, so if you don't want to have a border, then put border none, but it doesn't have a border by default anyway. So this we can skip over. Okay, border only. So now we have a background color and we can say border, let's just say 10 pixels and then solid, and we'll just say red. Okay, and as you can see here, we get this one border. Now, if we comment out this again, you can see that the content itself changes, all right, changes side. So when we comment it out, that box gets smaller. The orange box, this is a box with a border, gets smaller because of the border has to take up some of it because this div is gone through maximum width and it needs to make space for this one border, which means the content itself has to shrink, all right? So that's basically how a border works. And we can change this to dotted, but we're not here to talk about how the border works, all right? We're just here to show that the border will always change the content size and the layout size of it. So now we come to outline and we do exactly the same thing, but this time we say then outline is then 10 pixels solid, red once again. And you can see the content stayed exactly the same and the outline then went on the outside. It did the opposite of what border did. Now outline doesn't change the layout or the positioning. If there was content directly beneath this text, this would now be sitting over the top of that one content because it doesn't change the layout or the position of anything whatsoever. It's purely there as a visual indication that there is a box there. So now let's come down to outline and offset. So we can now move this outline further out or closer in. So if we do the same thing, we copy and paste the outline 10 pixels solid red, we'll get, as expected, how it happened in the previous one. But what we can do is we can say outline offset, and if we say 10 pixels, this is going to move it 10 pixels in each direction, so top, left, right, and bottom, all right? And as you can see, if we move it then say 20 pixels, you'll see it sits directly over the top of the text, all right? It doesn't know about it and it doesn't care. It's there to indicate where this one content is. It's not there for anything else, all right? And it shouldn't really be used for styling, but it can be used for styling. So if we just put it down to say 5, not 50, but 5 pixels offset, you can see we can have this nice like frame around it. And you can use border as well to your advantage here. So if we say it's going to have a blue border, you can see now that the border is going to be there, all right, but it's going to take up the content space, and then you get this nice white border and this red border. So if you want to do something like that, you can too, all right, but let's just remove this border from there. Now the outline and negative offset is basically the same thing. So if we add then the outline of 10 pixels solid red once again, but this time we say then outline offset is say minus 10 pixels. This will go inside, and it's not really a good example there. But if we say that it's going to be, say, like 3 pixels, and we're going to go inside, say, 2 pixels, if we zoom into this, you'll see that if we give it now a border of 5 pixels solid and tomato, let's call it, and we change this outline to white. And blue, what did I do wrong there? Outline 3 pixels, -2. Let's just change. Let's take the offset away to see where it went. Okay, so here's the outline here, right? And now if we move the outline in -2 pixels, you'll see it sits over the top of the red border, so it's taking some up. So we need to move it within. We need to move it more than 5 with inside. So let's move it 6 inside, and now you can see the red starts to be there. So the red stays the same now, and if we change the outline to then white, you can see now we get this inner frame, and the A starts to be, the A starts to now be covered up by the outline itself. So I hope this gives you an understanding what the outline is there for. Now there are many other reasons for it. Well, there are many reasons for it to be there, but it's a fundamental. You need to understand the fundamental use of it is that outline doesn't change the size or the layout, all right? And you can move it inside or outside. It can be used for styling if you want to use it for styling, but it's frowned upon to use it for that because it's there for the browser for accessibility, all right? But this video was just basically there to give you an introduction, an understanding of why you can use it and how you can use it. And the question is of when you can use it is down to you, all right? With that said, I hope you've learned something from this one video. If you do have any questions, please feel free to put them in the comment section down below. If you like it, give it a thumbs up. If you dislike it, give it a thumbs down. But I would really love to know why you don't like it, because I can just use your information to make better videos. So it really helps me as well, even if you're giving me negative feedback. Or if I've said something incorrect, please let me know, because I'm always here to learn, and maybe your response is going to help others to learn as well. So you'll just be doing the channel and the video a favor by leaving your negative comments if you do have some. With that said, thank you very much for watching. There'll be a video on the screen more than likely right now that either I have recommended to you or YouTube is recommended to you. So with that said, thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao. Goodbye.